working for you. A weekly talk radio program which highlights developments of national interest and the activities of your St. Kitts Nevis government. Join host Les Roy Williams as he presents news, views, reports, and interviews about everything regarding the activities of the Team Unity government and the building of our communities and the development of St. Kitts Nevis. Tune in and call in to interact with your government and share your views regarding the upward forward development of your community and our beautiful Twin Island Federation. Working for you is weekly, every Wednesday live from 1:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. on ZIZ Radio, Win FM, and Sugar City FM with rebroadcast on participating stations. Working for
afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Working for You, the weekly radio show where the people of St. Kitts and Nevis interact with their government. The Team Unity government is formed by the people. I am Les Roy Williams, your host. Today, we are honored to have on the show the Director of People Empowerment, Mr. Duncan Watley. Welcome, Mr. Watley. You are the new Director of People Empowerment. People empowerment is so important to building, maintaining, and keeping communities cohesive. When people feel empowered, they are more productive and positive contributors to their communities and families. In his New Year's address, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris, said that what used to be the Department of Constituency Empowerment will be re-engineered and repurposed. Today, you are here to talk about what that exactly means.
Good afternoon, Mr. Williams, former co-worker, SafeB. And good afternoon to listeners, home and abroad. It is indeed a pleasure for me to be here to share with the general population as to the role that I have to play in this new and re-engineered department. It is a huge undertaking, if I may say so myself, but it's a challenge that I look forward to championing. Now, as Mr. Williams, as you said, I am the Director of People Empowerment, and the word people, it's a strong word, a big word, but even more so I think the word empowerment even much bigger. And so this afternoon I would share with you some of the ideas that I have for the department, the vision of the department, and where I hope and where this government, the Unity government, hope to see this department going within the next 4 or 5 years in the first instance.
Sure. Okay, Big Lights, to start the ball rolling. Hope you don't mind me calling you Big Lights.
That is my
Everyone knows you as Big Lights.
Yes.
Very popular Calypsonian, one who has been in the area of social commentary for an extremely long time. Now, before, the department used to be called the Department of Constituency Empowerment. Why the name change to the Department of People's Empowerment? What's in a name?
Well, Mr. Williams, for me, this name, the new name, the People's Empowerment Department, it's more inclusive. It's a broad-based understanding, and from a political standpoint, being a student of politics, when we hear the word constituency, it denotes a political undertone. It gives that this is about politics.
Right.
And I believe that this department is greater than and bigger than just being political. And so the name change to me was timely and adequate, so that everyone throughout the Federation and people who live in the diaspora could feel a part of what we are planning and hoping to do. And so I think the name change was very appropriate. And as I mentioned, the diaspora, if you're living in the diaspora and you hear the word constituency, you don't have a sense of belonging. Where do I fit in? I'm living in New York. I'm living in Washington. Still a member of the Federation, although you're living in the diaspora. Have the right to vote. Want to be a part of, you pay your taxes. But the constituency word, it's not all-inclusive. To me, it's limited. And so to say people, we are saying that the people in the diaspora, they have a role to play. So we're including everyone, whether you're living in St. Kitts or Nevis, or wherever in the world, provided you are a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis. We want to say that you have a very important role to play in helping us to carry out the mandate of this particular department.
Right. So you have now mentioned the word diaspora. People from St. Kitts and Nevis who are living abroad, who have made their home abroad, but nonetheless who have interests back in St. Kitts. They have families back in St. Kitts, and from time to time they come back to vote and so on. Why is it so important to have the diaspora? Because that is a part now of your function to reach out to the people in the diaspora. Was the department that they had before, was this doing that in any way?
Well, I cannot say if there were. I haven't found any evidence of, and even if it was done, probably on a small scale. But that's why I think that the people in the diaspora have an important role to play in national development. And it's beyond just coming to vote and going back on a plane, coming for vacation. These people, and when I've met some before, we have doctors and lawyers, people working for United Nations, judges, people in the film industries, and other walks of life that are living in diaspora and wanting to contribute to the development of their beloved country. And so I'm happy that the Prime Minister had the wisdom to put this whole diasporic belief under this department, so that we can liaise with these people, try and see what resources they can contribute, what if we, in terms of capacity building, knowledge sharing, we can call on these people. And when you do that, and we're going to speak about that later,
Yes.
they have a sense of belonging. I am a part of what's happening.
Yes.
And so the people in the diaspora, I can assure them that I would be, and we have started already, Corinne Jeffipps in New York. She's there working on creating a directory to have names and emails and so forth. So anyone listening, you can contact, give your information, and we'll be listening to you as time go by as to how you can help in helping this department to function the way we envision it.
Right.
And let me say, Lesroy, that the vision or the motto that we want to put forward is your community, your voice, your future. Very important, strong words. Your community, your voice, your future.
Now, the words re-engineered and repurposed. Two big words, as people say big words,
Big
but really
words.
they are no big words. They are unfamiliar words. But there's no such thing as a big word. Can you outline some of the ways in which the Department of People Empowerment is being re-engineered and repurposed, and why?
Well, as you heard, the Prime Minister said it in his New Year's speech about the department. It was abused. It was used as a source of finance for campaigning. And I want to say here, from the onset, while under my watch as the director of people empowerment, I would not accommodate any politician who wants to use my office, my department, for political expediency as a campaign department. This is a department of government that serves everybody. And so I want to make it clear. So when you talk about re-engineer and repurpose, so it's not giving away blocks and giving away a fridge and giving away a stove. That's not my department. It's a department, but it's not a department store. And so I would not be engaged in that. My department has certain functions that we want to carry out. And so the re-engineering and the repurposing is where we are going to now focus on what we ought to be doing. And that is in terms of getting and honing leadership, responsible and collective leadership from our community levels. So we have to now be carrying out programs to get activities within our communities, to get people to be a part of the development process. We have leaders, we have people out there who have talents. I want to believe leaders are made in terms of naturally, they're born. And so when we have people there, all they need is a little help. Whether resources are limited, the capacity, the knowledge, whatever, that they can't go to university. And so this department, we are going to do whatever it is to unearth some of these talents that we have. And so it means then you'll be seeing a lot of me and people from the department out in the communities, trying to find out what are the needs, where do you want to see, where do you want to go? Because you recognize what's happening now. There's a void. And so the criminal activities and everything that's happening, it is because we do not have enough community-based activities. And so my department is going to ensure that every little community, no matter how big, no matter how small, they are going to get involved in community activities, because we believe being a part of that activity, being a part and feeling a part of this, I am doing this, would make you feel that I belong. I'm a part of the decision-making process. I'm a part of the development of my community, and by extension, the government's decision that they make. And so these are some of the things that my department would want to put out there. And there are other things that we would want to help with grassroots development. People who can't afford. We want to put programs in place to bring awareness, whether through education, whether through just people coming and making presentations in terms of having activities, sporting activities, whether it's a playwright, anything that would help get people involved in what they ought to be. Positive though, positive, and this is important, very positive things. And if my department is given the resources that is required, you're going to be seeing big things.